So yesterday I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and if you guys have been around here for any length of time, you probably know how much I love my conversations with my friends. And yesterday was we hadn't talked in a while, and so we were catching up on life and lots of things, and it led to some pretty deep conversation. And then today, this morning, the universe served up the most perfect song for the situation. And you guys also know, if you've listened here before, that I love my playlist. And I have one playlist that I'm not very good at creating different playlists for my different moods and vibes. So I just dump all my songs into one playlist. It's like 27 hours long. It's freaking amazing. And every day I turn it on, I hit shuffle, and I let the universe serve up whatever music I need in my life that day, whatever vibe I need. And she never disappoints. And the playlist has any and all kinds of music that you could ever want or ever need for whatever feeling or emotion you're having in the day. So today she served up this song from this new artist. Well, she's new to me. I don't know if she's a new artist. I just found out about her a couple months ago, and I love her so much. Her name is Sarah Reeves, and I will link this song and her Spotify music in the show notes. But she's just amazing. She's precious. She is adorable. She has the most beautiful voice, and her songs are fire, and I love them so much. So this one song from today, I'd heard it before, but it was served up today, and it was so perfect. It's called Best Days, and I'm going to read you. I wrote down the lyrics, and I'm going to read you some of my favorites, just the beginning part, and I'm going to read them to you because I'm certainly not going to sing them, but I'm going to read them, and then we're going to talk about the conversation. So the lyrics go, "You think that it's your last dance, using up all your strength you have left. You're asking for one more chance, but I know the future gives more than that. Just want, just wait for the peace after the storm. It might be the key that opens the door. I'm asking, what if the best days are ahead of us? What if the heartbreaks lead to love? I know you feel lost and like you've had enough, but what if the best days are ahead of us? As long as you've got breath in your lungs, this could be what dreams are made of." You guys, it's so good. It's so good. Let's talk about it. So, the conversation that my friend and I were having, they're sort of on the ledge of a decision they need to make in their life, like a change that they need to make in their life. And they they know that if they stay where they are, it's not serving them well. It's not making them happy, and it hasn't for a very long time. And yet they also know that if they move forward in one direction, it could literally blow up their life in a big way. And they don't know how to move forward in the current situation and still be happy and find that happiness that they desperately long for. And I I think we've all been there, right? We've all been there in so many different situations. And I was there 2 years ago, and this is what my friend was asking me questions about. But this morning, I also realized that I'm kind of there now again in just a whole different situation. So I'm going to talk about where I am now, and then we'll talk about all of this with 2 years ago. So currently, my situation, as many of you know, I am 24 days away from taking my baby off to college. And I'm in Atlanta. She's going off to college in Colorado. My oldest, he goes to college in Florida. So I am standing on the ledge of about to jump into this new next chapter of my life where my kids are adults. They are off living their very best lives. And I'm, I don't know. I don't know what my next chapter of my life is going to be. I'm super excited about it. I have thoughts and dreams about what I want it to be. And yet I'm also a little scared. I am nervous. I I know I'm going to be very sad because I'm going to miss my daughter just like I miss my son. And yet, as my son says, he's like, "Mom, I cannot wait to see what this next chapter holds for you and see the story that you're going to write." And I cannot wait either. I'm so very excited. Even though it is a complete unknown. I'm very excited. And yet I'm still sort of standing on this ledge, just waiting. I know that this is my situation right now is one that I haven't chosen, and I can't choose to stay where I am because it's happening, I guess not to me, but it's happening no matter no matter what I choose, right? My daughter's going off to school. She's about to live her very best life, and I'm so happy for that, and I'm so excited for her for that. And so it's going to happen. There's no choice to be made. Unlike where I was 2 years ago, and in that me and my ex-husband deciding it was time to get divorced, that was very much a choice. We could have stayed. We could have worked on our marriage. We could have done more work and more work. But at the time, we both realized that that was not going to serve either one of us well. We realized that we had done all the hard work inside our marriage to make it work and to try. And I think we were able to decide and walk away from being married without any regrets because we I don't want to speak for him, but I think we both fully believed and realized that we had given it our all. We had tried really hard and done everything we could to make it work. And we also wanted more for ourselves and for each other and for our family. And we wanted to be happy. So I'm very grateful to my ex-husband. I think I've said this before, for being the one to make that decision for us of saying it was time and we were done. Because had he not made that decision, I would still be married right now and on the precipice of getting divorced as soon as my daughter went off to college. I knew 6 years before we decided to separate that our marriage had an expiration date. I knew we were never going to stay together once the kids were grown and off on their own. And yet I was willing to stay until they were out of high school and in college. I and now looking back at the last 2 years, while they were hard and they were scary and it was emotional and there were so there was so much in these past 2 years. I am so grateful that I've had them as single Kelly, that I've had them for me and for myself and for my kids. And I'm so grateful that my ex made that decision and said, it's time, and that he was brave enough to do that. And even though we had no idea the impact it would have on our family, we didn't know how it would affect the kids. We didn't know, we had not prepared financially, emotionally with the family. Like we hadn't prepared for it, but we knew it was time and we had to take that step. And we didn't know if it was going to blow up our family in like a really horrible, disastrous way. I think we were somewhat solid that it wouldn't, because we both were in agreement and in alignment that this was the right thing to do. I think that there are times in certain situations, in certain relationships, where it might be a surprise or shock to one person, or one person may not want it. They may not want a divorce. They may not want to be separated. And so then it makes it really hard and really, really challenging. And that was not my situation. And I'm grateful for that. And I also know that every single situation is different. Every single person's marriage, every single person's family, it is unique to them. And so me telling my story and my journey through divorce, while it may resonate with some of you, and I hope it does, it's not going to be your story. And so, I can't say that, well, I can say I have had 0 seconds of regret, and I'm pretty sure my ex would say the same, of our decision to divorce, like 0. Like there has not been a single minute that I thought, oh, what if I had stayed? Or what if we had just tried a little harder? No, because we did. We tried everything. We tried as hard as we could. And so we feel really good about that. Even if we didn't try as hard as we thought we could, I'm so much happier now. And so it was the right decision for us, for our family. It was the right thing to do. And so 0 regrets. But I can't say that will be for everyone. I couldn't say that to my friend. I hope that whatever they choose, that they have no regrets about their choice, whether they choose to stay and find a way in their current situation to make it not just work, but make it so that their life is happy, and that they can truly say, this is what dreams are made of, like Sarah Reeves' lyrics. Because life should be what dreams are made of. And if it's not, then we should have the freedom and the desire and the ability and the balls to take those steps to make your life dream worthy. You guys, we only get this one wild and precious and beautiful life. And if it is not dream worthy, you gotta make some changes. You gotta make some moves. You gotta do something so that your life is what dreams are made of. And what your dreams are made of, not anyone else's. Like whatever that looks like for you and whatever that looks like in your life, you're the only person who can define and say what that should be, and B, you're the only person who can fight for it and can make it everything it can be. I feel like that's some ad. Oh, be all you can be. The Army. Okay, I may have just stolen the Army's quote. That's not what I meant to do. What I'm saying is that it's up to you, and you can. I encourage you to talk to your people and talk to your friends and get advice and hear other people's stories and take what you can from that. But I also encourage you to understand that every person's situation is unique and different, and it's not going to be your story. And yet you have the power to create your own story and to turn that page and start a new chapter, whatever that looks like for you. I'm about to start another new chapter. I started one 2 years ago, which was really the first time I started truly a new chapter in like 23 years. And you guys, I'm not going to lie, it was scary, but it was thrilling. It was, I don't know, like there truly are no words to describe how life changing starting a new chapter is. And I'm taking that lesson that I learned these past 2 years with me for these next 24 days. And I'm going to embrace the sadness and embrace just the gut wrenching pain of saying goodbye to my daughter and leaving her halfway across the country. And I'm also going to embrace the pure exhilaration of, I do not know what's coming next, but I know it's going to be fucking fabulous. I also know it's probably going to be hard. I know there are going to be times where it's scary and frustrating and a lot. But I know in my heart of hearts it's going to be absolutely incredible because I have evidence that proves just that. And that evidence is the past 2 years of my life. You guys, in the past 2 years, I have decided to get divorced after 23 years. I have separated and lived on my own for the first time in, well, at that time it was 24 years. I have sent my first kid off to college and said goodbye to him, and that is something I've been dreading for 9 whole years. I sold my house. I said goodbye to our precious Daisy, our dog, who passed away from cancer. I bought a car all by myself. I rented a new townhome all by myself. And now I am about to say goodbye to my daughter and start a whole new chapter. So it has been hard. There have been so many things that I never thought I could do on my own, but I've done them, and I'm so proud of myself. I'm not trying to be vain or egotistical or anything, but I am so freaking proud of the work that I've done the past 2 years and who I have shown up as in my own life and for my kids and for my family and for my friends and for the people in my life. I am so proud of that. And if you can look at your situation, if you are literally standing on that cliff, on the ledge, and you just don't know where to go, like, just don't let the fear of the unknown hold you back, and don't let the fear of the unknown make you stay if you know in your heart you shouldn't stay. So trust your gut and do it scared. Just whatever it is. Again, everyone's situation is different and everyone's it is totally unique. So if your it is finding a marriage therapist and starting that work because you know in your heart you want to stay with your person and you can work it out and you want to try again and give it your all, then by all means do that, and do it scared, and do it differently. Like, if you are in a long-term marriage and it has just been years and years of the same, fucking do something different. Change does not happen if change doesn't happen. You have to change your behavior to make something different. And I don't know, I think there's some brilliant quote about that. I can't think of what it is right now, but you have to do life differently if you want a different life. And that doesn't mean leave your current life. It just means if you want to stay in your current life, do something different if your current life is not making you happy or serving you well. And if your current life is not what dreams are made of, then find a way if you want to stay. If it's not, and there's no way, and you cannot think of a way, or you've tried every way possible, then maybe the way is to leave your current life and do something different. In both situations, both decisions are scary as all fresh hell. Both decisions have hard baked to their core in them. Both decisions have fear and challenge. But also, if you do it differently, both decisions can have amazing and fabulous and dream worthy happiness. And that's just all I want for all the people that I love and for all the people in my life. And that's what I want for you. So I hope that you, first of all, I don't hope, you have to go listen to Sarah Reeves on Spotify or wherever you get your music. She's ridiculously amazing. All of her songs are so great. And so go listen to her and do something different. Do something different today. Do something different and do it scared and see how you feel. See how you feel on the other side of it, on the other side of fear and the other side of different. is change. And I promise you, change is always good. Might not be good right away, and it for sure shit is not going to be easy, but it always leads to good. And I just want whatever change you are about to make in your life, I want it to be solidified in this line. As long as you've got breath in your lungs, this could be what dreams are made of. Love you guys.
The Next 23 is produced in partnership with Taylor Street Designs. Be sure to rate, review, and follow the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also visit me at thenext23.com. Love you guys.